No, we're all freshmen.
All of us are freshmen? Awesome, because it said on the thing that half of us were freshmen and half of us are sophomores. And there's different rules for the freshmen and the sophomores this year. I'm excited. Oh, that's great. Good. Good to know. Okay, so this is a new one.
Okay.
All right, so freshmen, I don't know if you know it, but if you don't know it, I'll give you the really good news that the school board last spring said in order to go through our core standards, because the nation has developed new core standards, in order to get through all the core standards, you have to take 3 years of math in high school. Yes, okay? So, you have no choice. You have to take 3 years of math. And then after that, you'll have some choice. So, here we go. If you are in Algebra 1, oh, go ahead.
Okay, can you like double up based on that in 3 years?
I do not know the wording on whether it's 3 years or if it's 3 courses. And it would be, and to truly answer your question, it would be silly to end your career as a sophomore in math and sit 2 years without math and then go to a 2-year college or a 4-year college or whatever without math for 2 years. You're setting yourself up for failure in that situation.
If you're doubling up to get further up the chain in math, that's one thing.
Right.
If you're doubling up to get done with math as soon as possible,
That's not what, we
Yeah.
will not okay that as a math teacher. So, in order, since you started with doubling up, which is way over here on that corner, but since you started with doubling up, if you double up, the only way you can double up is with the teacher recommendation. And the only way I would sign a teacher recommendation is if you got a very good grade in my class. Because I'm not gonna set you up for 2 situations, for failure in the next class, plus I'm not gonna set you up to not have math your junior and senior year. Okay, so 2 ways. Okay, anyways. Graduation to tech school, a 2-year tech school, or just to graduate to work, okay, one or the other. If you started with Algebra 1 Core this year, next year you will get your geometry core standards in Geometry Core, and then as a junior you will get the rest of your algebra standards, because there's a lot of algebra standards in Algebra 2 Core. You have to make it through Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2 Core. Core just means you're covering the basics of all of those. All right? Then as a senior, you would take independent living or personal finance. You cannot take advanced math if you're on that flow chart, if you're on that schedule, because you did not know, you only learned the core, you didn't learn all the other enhanced stuff. Okay? If you're going to go to a 2-year college in math, science, or business, or the military, okay? You would sometime, if you're in this level, want to have gotten that A or something and jump over to the next level, or any of these. If you've started in core and you want to go into the military, or you want to go in a 4-year college or something, you want to get over to the next track. So at some point, you want to prove to your teacher that you're a strong enough math student to get over to the next. But you would take Algebra 1 as a freshman, Geometry as a sophomore, Algebra 2 as a junior. You have no choice. You have to get through Algebra 2, okay? Then, that's all that a 2-year college or the military says you have to take. But as Mr. Howard says, you would want to take more, especially if you're going into the military, because they are getting much more stringent, and if we have time, he'll talk more about that. Okay, if you're going to a 4-year college, you're taking Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2. If you're going to college, do not sit your senior year without math, because a lot of the professors, the UW professors, have been in a class with me on weekends, and they said 40% of their incoming freshmen have to take a math class for no credit, because those students sat their senior year without a math class, and then at the end of their senior year, they had to take their placement test, and they forgot all of that Algebra 2 or that trigonometry that they didn't take in advanced math, because they didn't take advanced math, and then they had to retake math class for no credit because they forgot it and didn't place well. So you want to take something your senior year. Don't be looking and say, I got to get through Algebra 2 and then sit for 1 or 2 years. You want to schedule this out so that you have math every year. It's not a race to get done. It's a, what can I take every year? Now, if you've taken Algebra 2 as a junior, your senior year you should take statistics or advanced math. If you're going into psychology, business, education, or nursing, most of those majors need statistics in college. So why not take statistics or AP statistics in high school, okay? If you're going to go into something that needs calculus, you would probably want to take advanced math because you'd learn all that trigonometry that you're going to need in college calculus. So it depends what you're going into on what you want to take that senior year. Again, don't set yourself up to take advanced math your junior year and then sit with nothing to do, okay? If you are going to be a 4-year college major in math or science, if you're going to be an engineer, that's the reason you would want to start doubling up. If you did not start with geometry as a freshman, but you want to get to calculus as a senior, because as a senior you would want to take calculus if you're in engineering, so that when you get to college, it won't be as difficult. Then, if you started with Algebra 1, you could take geometry and Algebra 2 as a sophomore only with teacher recommendation. So you've got to do well in your Algebra 1 class so that your Algebra 1 teacher says, yes, you're capable of doing geometry and Algebra 2 my sophomore year. If you don't double up as a sophomore, then yes, your senior year you could double up Algebra 2 and advanced math. But again, only with teacher recommendations. So you've got to do well in those classes. Okay? Another reason you would want to take advanced math your junior year is because most of those people that have taken advanced math their junior year get much better ACT scores because they've seen all the trigonometry. And trigonometry is definitely on the ACT. So if you can build yourself up to take advanced math your junior year, then your senior year you take statistics or AP statistics or you take calculus. If you're going into engineering, you're taking calculus or AP calculus. Okay, so do we have a question on flow charts?
Well, if you were wanting to run a business, it takes a lot of financial stuff. So, what do you say that we should take?
If you want to run a business, you have to go to a 4-year college, right? So you have to get through Algebra 2. Okay? I have 2 brothers that went into the business field. One of them had a math minor, one of them didn't. But both of them took advanced math as seniors. And then in college, they took calculus. Okay? So if you can get to advanced math, that set them up well. So I would guess that that would set you up well too. Okay? But if you get to that advanced math level your junior year, take more. Because then when you get and take that calculus course in college, it would be easier. Or you could test out of it.
This is really hard for you guys to plan right now because you're probably not thinking about this too much. But the thing is, you have to think about this now. Okay, because this chains all the way down to when you get to be when you get up to be a senior. I mean, it's gonna, so I mean, if you're not thinking about what track or what you want to do, you're setting yourself up for failure. When you guys get to be juniors and seniors, you guys are gonna want to take, trust me, as many AP courses as you can. You are very fortunate in this school district to have a lot of AP courses. If you could take those courses and get college credit, that's unbelievable, because you're not going to have to pay for those courses in college now, okay? You save that money. You get college credit when you take those courses. Even if you do not pass the AP test for college credit, and you go take stats or calculus in college, everybody that I have ever talked to said it was the easiest A because they had the experience from high school, okay? On the military thing, do not settle for just Algebra 2, because the military is very selective right now about who they're choosing. So if you're thinking military, you do not want to go your senior year without math there. And a lot of the jobs in the military are math-related fields. They are math-related jobs. So again, if you didn't take math, you'd be setting yourself up for failure. Okay? You have to, I know it's hard because of the grade you're in, because you're freshmen, but you have to start processing and thinking about your route. You have to.
Just to let you know, at the end of your junior year, the freshmen this year and every incoming after that, at the end of your junior year, you will be taking a test. And it's going to be math and English and science, and I'm not sure about social studies, but they are going to test you on what you've learned for 3 years of math. So,
The following students have messages in the office: Brady Zimmer, Henry Holdorf, Brady Sharon.
are we good?
Also, the girls' basketball team meal is in the foods room at 4 o'clock. JV and C girls basketball players are welcome to come. Once again, the girls' basketball team meal is in the foods room at 4 o'clock.
Questions? So you all have to take 3 years. Even if you started with geometry, you have to take geometry, algebra 2, and then another math class, that either being advanced math or statistics. You have to have 3 years of math.